To start off, can I have your name and how long you've been attending the Decoy show for?
My name's Mark Ford, and I've been attending the Decoy show probably since it started, I think in '83. So I've been competing since it started, and I'm still trying, and once in a while I do compete, but I love carving. It's been a part of my life for the last 40 years.
Do you remember the first Decoy you ever submitted into the show?
I did. I could, and it was a pair of wood ducks, and I didn't get a ribbon, just put it that way. And for several years later, I still didn't get a ribbon. I had to go to Tom's River Decoy show for Mark Ford to get a ribbon.
Wow.
But what happens is competition makes you try harder. When you have the pressure, if it was easy, anybody could do it. But I used to go against guys like Dolph Hall, Herbie Miller, Herbie Heinrichs, Jim Basil, Bob Rudder. I may have said Tommy Ryder. These guys were superstars, and I was just some young punk that didn't know the answer or the question. And I kept trying, and a lot of them wouldn't share a lot of their close guarded secrets, which I don't blame them, but myself, I love sharing secrets. I don't have no secrets. I like sharing the knowledge and the technology, and it's a fun sport. I really love it. I think about it all the time. It's one of the hobbies I've had throughout my life that I stuck with. You might take up fishing or something, but the carving thing has always been a hobby that I really enjoy. Don't care how cold, how hot, I love doing it, and I love sharing the knowledge.
Over this weekend, have you seen any popularity in like the birds they're selling?
I saw birds that I've made that are selling, which I'm happy. There's always old birds. This is like an old bird show, and people do collect old birds, but I like when someone walks up to my table. A guy walked up to my table, he saw a blue-winged teal, he said, "Man, I really love that, I want to buy it." And another fellow who's a fellow carver, he saw one of my brant, and he said, "Man, I love this, I want to buy it." So it's really exciting when somebody sees something that kind of trips their trigger to where they want to own it, purchase it. You know, it's not about the money. You don't get paid for the time. This is a hobby that kind of pays for itself. You know, wood's expensive. It's your time. It takes a long time, as you know. You're a carver yourself. It takes a lot of time and effort, and not everything sells, as you can see. But I'm not going to quit. I love it. I love doing it. And I'm out in my shop whenever I can get out there. More so this summer than any summer, because I'm kind of like smelling the coffee. But,
how'd you prepare for the show this year?
I made a lot of stuff this summer, just making birds in my shop, and hopefully they would fly away. Some have. Some look like they're going to nest here until next year. And the other show I do is at Stockton, the Decoy Collectors Association, NGDCA. I belong to that. So there's a show at Stockton, which is a lot of fun. And I had a guy there last year said he saw my seagull. I got to have that. I want it. So I made another one. So people look at it, they love it, but it's a little pricey.
Now, being in the show for so long, what are some things that you've noticed that have changed over the years?
I think there's less younger people involved. You know, there's the same gang that still carve, but there's some new carvers, but it isn't like it was before. That tent used to be filled. I think in 1992, I made my first, I made a black duck rig. It might have been my first rig. There was 17 black duck rigs. So and it was 12. Now it's a Fisher Price rig. You only need 6. They want to perhaps less than the amount to encourage people and make it a little easier, which is 12 is a lot. Wood's expensive, your time, so 6 is a good idea too. But anyhow.
What do you see for the future of the show?
I don't ever see this show leaving. There would be 8 people in the parking lot at the end. The diehards, this is never going to go away. It would always be here. People appreciate the tradition. Tuckerton's like the decoy capital of the world. This is never going away.
Yeah, I feel like I've been talking to a lot of carvers saying, you know, it's dying out, or it's gonna something's gonna
I hear
stop.
people say sometimes, "Oh, it's the same crap." It's the people that make this show. It isn't the goods and the stuff. You're gonna buy a shirt, you're gonna go to wherever to buy it. It's the people. They come here, they, you know, friendly competition with the decoy and painting, you know, photograph, like there's contests and there's people buying and selling stuff. It's a good group. Dogs bring people together, and people bring people together. This is never going to go away. And the county does a first-class job. They're behind all this. And if the county wasn't involved, there would still be a little decoy show out in the parking lot. Tailgating. in the tennis courts or something.
Yeah.
It would still happen. Whether it be at the Seaport parking lot, there will be a Decoy show in Tuckerton the last September of the month. Trust me.
What has been your favorite memory for this Decoy show? I was going to say for all the Decoy shows.
I don't know. It's been a long time. I know 1989, I made a Drake Broadbill, and I got a best of show. And I had a first place with a redhead, first place with a goose. And there was a gentleman that said to my dad, "Hey, a couple more years, your kid, he's going to do good." And my dad said, "You don't have to wait too long. You got a best of show." And it was with this plain Jane Broadbill. It was so cool. And I was like, my friends were all jumping up and down. It was really neat. So, like when you get a ribbon or something, it's like a little pat on the back, but it encourages you to do more and do a better job. And friendly competition is good. Like if they had a price tag on this stuff, first place you get $1,000, that would ruin it. It's just friendly, honest competition. But it was kind of cool. I don't know, 1989, I don't know how old I was, but I might have been 20, maybe 21, I don't know.
What would you say to all of the new carvers coming into this generation?
I would say try to do a better job every decoy you make. And look at the real bird. We already have a Mark Ford, Jamie Hand, and George Strunk. Create your own patterns, create your own thumbprint, as you would say. That's what I would say. Look at the real bird. Let that determine what your decoy looks like. You could have influences and subtleties, and if you're going to copy somebody, copy a dead guy. You offend the living when you're, taken away from their, their talents. Create your own fingerprint.
You also won the Hurley Conklin Award this year. Congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about?
Well, I think it's they're honoring people who have lived the tradition, making decoys, working in the bay, fixing up boats, and I've done a little of all of that. I've won boat contests, decoy contests, and I used to clam, and I grew up on the bay, and it's in my DNA. My great uncle was a carver. My other great uncle on my father's side was carver, so carver's in my family, and it's like a tradition here. And when you're a kid, it's all you thought about. Decoys, hunting, all that stuff. And I've kind of done it, and I knew a lot of old timers. I know just about every Hurley Conklin Award winner that's been here. And I think I'm too young for that award, but maybe there's less and less people doing this stuff. But there's some other people that are probably more worthy or whatever, but they chose me. So, and George Strunk said I had to take it because he's not going to sit up there by himself.
Yeah.
So. It's an honor. That's nice.
Awesome.
It's a nice compliment.
Now, you can sign us off with your name and then your occupancy, so as a carver.
My what?
Your occupancy. So, like what you do?
My occupation.
Occupation.
My occupation. I'm Mark Ford. I'm a decoy carver, and I'm a carpenter. And that's it.
Perfect.
Okay.